when it comes to sport, we just have to appreciate the fact that Nigerian men and women are really doing well in their own ability to make sure we thrive in the world of sport. Well, we'll be looking at the IOC, International Olympic Committee, offering scholarship to 8 Nigerian sportsmen and women for the fact that they recognize their feat so far in the world of sport. Using that to welcome you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Well, joining me as usual is Olawale Peters. Good to have you this evening.
Good evening, and Adeni, it's my pleasure to be back to the studio.
Good one. Let's look at that story I just prompted there. We just quickly look at 8 Nigerians as they are right now. They will be at least getting some support from the International Olympic Committee, the likes of Aruna Quadri. Looking at that particular list there, Aruna Quadri, not forgetting Tobiloba Mushon, Ese Brume, and also the likes of Adwanya Dekoroye is part of actually the part of the competition, the list rolled out by IOC. We just have to appreciate the fact that these Nigerians, they deem it fit to perform better in their activities of sport. But right now they are being recognized to be given scholarship. They will be getting support with their coaches, support insurance, support for competition, and all that.
Well, I think it's a very good development. Number one, for IOC to recognize what they have done and to make sure that they equip them for the task ahead. Some of them will be going for training outside, so that will sharpen their skills to do better than what they are doing. And the good thing about this is that, like you normally say, that the concentration should not be on football alone. So this one is coming at the right time. Look at Aruna Quadri. He has done very, very well in his own field of specialization, table tennis. Not only in Nigeria, he has made Africa proud. So that recognition is coming at the right time. And that's one good thing, that when you are doing the right thing, even if people internally, if your own people do not recognize you, you get people that will appreciate what you are doing for the game of the sport. So this is a very good one, and I think it's going to be part of the preparation for the next Olympic that will enable them to really meet the task ahead of them. It's not only the table tennis, even the weightlifter also. They are part of the people.
Yes, the list.
The 8 list that will be giving the scholarship.
So look at them. You have Aruna Quadri.
Accommodation. You have accommodation, health insurance, monthly allowance, traveling allowance. It's
something.
It's something. A good motivation to tell other people that if I do very well, if I represent my country very, very well, I have something that will come in form of recognition. So it's a very good one. We all know what Aruna Quadri have done for this country. Oluwatobilola Abonsan also. We know all what they've already done. Blessing, Odunwayo, and Elizabeth. They've done very, very well. I've made the Nigerian part. So this is a very good development. I hope also that something like this will also be tailed down toward other activities like the Nuga game that we just completed. We have someone that won almost 16 gold medals. So that cut across all the field and
track events.
Thank you. So we have that also. So people like that also, we should try as much as possible to recognize and motivate them. How can we motivate them? Is to give them the exposure that they need, because this will expose them a lot. It's going to expose them a lot. It's not something that they are doing within the country. Probably you have other athletes from other countries also coming into that pool of scholarship that they will interact. So I think it's a very good development.
A very good development, looking at the fact that 8 Nigerians, as we roll it out there, Elizabeth Iheanacho, who has done well for herself when it comes to taekwondo, and you have to look at Blessing Obrodudu, not forgetting Odunwayo Adekoroye in wrestling, Edem Ofiong rather, in table tennis, alongside Aruna Quadri, not forgetting Oluwatobiloba Mushon, and Ese Brume, Imabong Oko, also in athletics. The 8 of them, they are going to be at least supported by IOC for their traveling allowance, their training allowance, insurance, and a lot of other things they will enjoy from now till Paris 2024, before that particular opportunity stops. But at least for them to deem it fit to give this Nigerian, that shows that really they recognize what they are doing. And hopefully, just here, as just pointed out, we hope that more Nigerians will be given this opportunity. Still talking about sport development, let's talk about another one coming from CAF. Confederation of African Football, they will be starting the African Inter-School Championship to kick off rather in Mozambique, precisely in Maputo, where CAF President Patrick Motsepe, alongside his some member of CAF, will be launching this particular opportunity for young boys and girls in secondary school. I love the fact that, yes, this is coming up. CAF deeming it to at least start our own Principal's Cup. Although it happens in most of the countries, but this time around for the continental body to agree that they will be setting up these CAF inter-schools that will go around Africa, Kenya, Mozambique, Nigeria, everywhere, where very soon now we begin to see, for boys and girls, because they didn't just limit it to only boys. For girls also. It will go around Africa. Who knows? Maybe a school from Nigeria will be the ones to qualify for final and play the team from Kenya or Tanzania.
Okay, and I think this is a very good development. And like we've been saying or advocating here, we have to go back to the grassroots. And that is what the CAF they just did now. They have to start from the grassroots. And they are not limiting it to allowing each country or each nation to do it now. They want to bring everybody together. It's going to be like the secondary school Nations Cup. Okay? Because we're going to have qualifiers in which each school will qualify, they will play. So that
at least represent one country.
Represent one country. So that's a very good. And before you do that, you're going to have your own internally, because if you look at it, if you drill it down, it's like a pyramid that the CAF they are trying to create. What do I mean? In Nigeria, for example, now before a secondary school will represent Nigeria, you have to play qualifiers. Before you represent Nigeria, you have to come out from your geopolitical zone. Before you qualify from your geopolitical zone, you have to play among your peers. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting, and will bring out a lot of stars. So that shows that the newly appointed under 13 to 15
coaches now, the
coaches
crew,
now, yes,
they have a lot of work to do. They have a
lot of work to do to travel around the country, to organize. By now, with this CAF announcement, I expected them now to have their own plan in place. How are we going to structure a process for Principal's Cup? Because like I said in the morning, you cannot get 13 or 15 years old if not from the secondary school or the football academy. That's the truth. We can't get them from the Nigerian league. So that's the truth. And you can't get the old team from one particular school.
You have to move around.
You have to move around. Probably you get your best two from a school in Port Harcourt, your best three in a school from Maiduguri.
Even one in Kano, or two in
so
Katsina.
You have to look of how to bring them together, to calm them together, to have the teamwork. So it's a serious work, and what we need to do to start the preparation now. It will be very good for our country, Nigeria, to be the first country to win the maiden edition of CAF Inter-School. So a good one for CAF and a good one for the continent of Africa also. And
that shows that CAF is really, they are telling us that we should go back to what we used to have. We should make it more proper now, because if CAF can deem it fit that, okay, let's start this, we can do this. Then I see Nigeria too really going back, but okay, let's revive our Principal's Cup nationally. Let's make the Governor's Cup and all that, where all the states can easily come together and at least mingle. Let's see how these footballers, both boys and girls. I love that they are adding girls too, because a lot of ladies are really into football now, where a lot of talents can be discovered. Our Flamingos, Falconets and Falcon, they will also begin to see that, without playing for a club, you can actually play for a secondary school and get picked.
Definitely. And now, that also bring out the competition we are talking about. But however, we need to be very careful here. What do I mean? You know, the scouts, the European, there will be an avenue for them to just come and poach the players. And you know what happens? If you are playing for a secondary school and you are very good, they'll just come around, you're doing very well.
Let's take you to Europe.
Let's take you to Europe. Come and play for AC Roma, come and play for Chelsea, Manchester, and they have a good academy. So we have to be very careful by making sure that we have a very good process. We can't rule that out. That's the truth. We can't rule that out. But we should be sure that we are not developing these talents for them to come and reap what we've sown. I think that also we need to really look into, because that will happen.
Well, hopefully, well, we are going to get it right. At least we've been looking at a developmental program for football in Africa, where CAF, right now, they'll be rolling out the drum of inter-schools football competition for boys and girls across the continent. That would be a very nice one. Let's see how this particular competition will actually move on. We just hope that it will go well. Now we move away from there. We've been looking at developmental programs, and now let's talk about matches for this evening. Matches will be coming up in La Liga, Italia, and also French League One. Before we take our last story, let's look at Spanish La Liga. A match will be coming up there between Real Sociedad and Real Betis. And from the way it is, the two Real teams seems to they will have to play a very fantastic game because both of them are equal to the task.
Well, it's going to be a reality match because real and real. So what is in reality? And also on both of them, they are fourth and fifth on the log table. So it's a battle for Europe. Who is going to qualify? So it's not a match for any one of them to lose or to draw. So it's going to be a very, very interesting match. And if you look at the the La Liga table, it's very interesting. It's not like those days that you see a wide margin between the first, second, third, and fourth. The margin is just between is 2 points. 3 points is only Real Madrid that is having that, I think, 7 points. However, Barcelona, they have a game at hand. So both Real Sociedad and Real Betis, it's a game that one of them must win. A draw is not even good for them, but they're having 54 and 56 points right now. So if you win your match from your 56, you go to 59. That means you are closing gap on the third position. So if you draw the match, so that means you are only going to have 1 point, which is not going to be a good one. So a winner needs to emerge tonight.
The winner must emerge tonight between the two Real teams. Well, they just have to see that this is a reality game between Real Betis and Real Sociedad. Now let's go Italian. We look at matches where the two Milan's teams will be playing. Inter Milan play away to Spezia, while AC Milan and San Siro will be at against Genoa. Well, tricky matches between Spezia and Inter because you want to look at it just like we say on paper or on blackboard or whatever you call it. But this is a game that you just cannot rule out performance from the smaller teams. Spezia and Genoa facing Inter and AC.
Okay, and sincerely, like you rightly put, it's not something that we just look at. Inter Milan, they are doing very well. They are second on the league table right now. And AC Milan, they are doing very well. They are topping the league table. While Genoa, they are 19th on the table. So that shows that, no, it's not like that. Genoa, for example, now they are 19th on the league table with 22 points. So they need at least to win
the game to get out of that relegation zone.
Yes, to be sure that no, I'm not going back to where I came from.
Serie B.
I still want to continue in Serie A. Then the AC Milan will look at it. I mean, I've been topping me and Inter Milan. You've been going left, right, and center. Today they will take it. Tomorrow they will take it. Currently now they are topping the league table. Though Inter, they have a match left unplayed. So it's a match for them also to try to win. Then Inter Milan will look at them also that, come on, if you lose tonight's match against Spezia, so that means the gap will be widened. If we win our next match, the gap will even be there. Though Inter Milan, they have an advantage. They have more goals than AC Milan. I think they have 41 goals, while AC Milan, that goals difference, they have 41, while AC Milan, they have 22. So it's a match for them not to look for a draw, it's to look for a win, because the Serie A also, it's just like what we have in the Premiership. It's very, 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 very tight. The two Milan, they're giving it to themselves back to back. If you didn't win your match today, so that means someone else will overtake you. So nobody's ready to take that chances of drawing or losing the match.
If you look at the Serie A this season, it seems to be a bit more competitive. Napoli, Inter, AC, even Atalanta, Fiorentina, all trying to see how they can. But by now, Juventus will have run away with the title already, or AC Milan, or especially Juventus. But this time around, this season so far, even the entire top 5 league in Europe has been very, very tight.
Yes, very, very, very tight. And you look at the difference between Inter Milan and AC Milan, just a point. And if you look at Manchester City, Liverpool, just 1 point. It's only in La Liga that you have that wide margin. But if you look at from second position to the 5th or 6th position in all the Europe, they are almost very, very, very close to call. nobody is assured that, oh, I'm going to qualify for Champions League next season until maybe they have about 2 matches to play.
Go.
That's when you know that, oh, I'm leading comfortably with 6 points or 7 points. Juventus, like you rightly said, do you know where they are sitting currently now? They are 4th on the table, and AC Milan is still in there. So Napoli is above them. Inter Milan is above them. AC Milan is above them. So that's the almighty
Juventus has won
that they've won it
9 times
like,
in a row.
It's like they even wanted to give them, okay, just take. It's like this is.
They were actually
right
looking
now.
for the 10th one, but it's not happening this time.
All the other teams, they really planned for them that their aim this season is not to allow Juventus to win it and to make sure that they beat Juventus. And I think they've been achieving that. So it's going to be an interesting match to watch. So none of the Milan is ready to lose it.
After all, they are the old ladies that just have to keep on maintaining that status quo there. We've been looking at Italia Serie A. Now, let's look at a match that will be coming up in French Ligue 1, where a match will also be played before the weekend matches. Monaco, AS Monaco play away to Reims, and you guys can't write off Reims because they know how to do the business of playing soccer against the big teams like Monaco, Lyon, Marseille, or even PSG.
Yeah, and this also is going to be an interesting match to watch because as the season is coming to an end, everybody has something that they are fighting for. Those that wants to remain, we have some teams, their own is, I don't want to play in Europe.
Mid-table.
I just want to remain in the mid. I want to continue
in the league.
In the league. So we have people like that. We have some that, oh, my own target is to play in Europe. My own target, the Europe is either you play in the Champions League, you play in the Europa, and now that they've introduced the Europa Conference also is an opportunity for other people to even fit into that. So we have some people that is their own aim. But for the likes of Monaco, we used to know Monaco used to be very, very, very effective. They used to be a team to be reckoned with in Europe, not only in France. I hope very soon they will discover themselves. But for now, I think they are not really the Monaco that our own Victor Ikpeba played, where we used to call him Adebayor, that we used to call him the Prince of Monaco. So it's going to be an interesting match to watch this evening also.
Hopefully. Well, let's see what's going to happen between Monaco and Reims. They are looking at French League 1. We've just been perusing all the matches for today, this evening. Now, let's quickly move and take our last story on the show, talking about a man that has been touted to be the one to take over at Manchester United. His name is Erik ten Hag, who right now is saying, well, if he's able to take over, he will need Cristiano Ronaldo. He has spoken with the hierarchy of that club. And from the way it is, that could be a problem.
I don't think there should be a problem, sincerely.
Because some people already say, well, if Ronaldo will leave, then some players will leave. Because Pogba issue is already generating issues. They say they are offering him to be the highest paid. And some players are not happy with that amount of money being given to Pogba. So he's already divided the dressing room. And now this one comes up that, well, I may not need Ronaldo, telling the hierarchy. And Ronaldo has his own caucus too, from the way it is in Manchester United dressing room.
Okay, I think it's a very smart move from him. And that's from
Erik ten Hag.
From Erik ten Hag. It's a very smart move for him because it will be very difficult for a new coach to come in if you don't align with Ronaldo's cabal or whatever for you to be able to be successful. That's the truth. Mourinho did the same thing when he was in Real Madrid. Iker Casillas and co. You know what he did to him?
He had to dismantle
them. So if he wants to succeed, he needs to do that sincerely. And to be honest with you, I think Ronaldo, he still has something to do, but not in Man United again. Sincerely, he has paid his due. He has won everything
he needs to
win again. That's number one. Then number two, again, another problem that I think the Manchester United they are having that we're talking about. You see, Alex Ferguson, until they remove him completely,
from that
totally
team,
from interfering in the management of Manchester United team, backroom or whatever, it shouldn't at all. Because anybody that is going to be their coach,
they will still go and seek for his advice.
They will still be working under his shadow. That's the truth, and that's part of the problem that they are having. So it's not only Ronaldo issue that they should be looking at. They should be looking at the likes of the influence that Alex Ferguson has on that team also. That's number two. Then number three, Pogba, highest paid. What has he done? What has he achieved? Bruno has done more than Pogba. So definitely, if they want to really increase his pay, there should be a reason, a statistic, a yardstick that these are the reason why, or probably is winning a lot of sponsorship.
Yes, for them. His presence there could be fetching them more money.
So that is what they need to bring on the table. Then we all know that he's not in Manchester United because he's playing ball. He's been there because of the sponsorship and what he's getting. So I think, and I agree with the coach, Ronaldo and Maguire needs to go, and they need to go now.
We just have to go now. We keep talking about this. Just let's see what's going to happen concerning that story. It has been trending. Well, it's a wonderful time with Olawale Peters. Thank you very much.
Being here, Adeni.
Good one out there. Sport is always business and fitness, as you know. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.